I believe the best way to start is to thank for the opportunity to chair this session on alternative sources of energy. I'm sorry, to start the session devoted to infrastructure. There are as many as 10 speakers for this third session on infrastructure, so all speakers are kindly invited to confine themselves to some 8 minutes each, so as to run smoothly. So we are going to focus on infrastructure. We shall be covering different issues as connected to infrastructures. We have builders, managers of transport infrastructures and energy infrastructures. There are people promoting investments, and then there are also delegates from the different kinds of infrastructures. Port infrastructures, for example, is something which is going to be covered by the first speaker. Indeed, we're going to hear from the governor of the Murmansk region, Mrs. Kovtun. Then we shall hear about main roads and the many different projects witnessing the cooperation between Italy and Russia, but also between Europe and Asia on a larger scale. And then we shall be hearing about roads and highways. And we won't talk just about infrastructures, but we're going to highlight that infrastructures are a necessary precondition for development. And then you need transport services, of course, on the railroads, in the airports, in ports. And then, there are all objectives being obviously aimed at the development of the region. As Minister Guidi this morning said in her introductory remarks at the previous session, transport and infrastructures, as well as energy infrastructures, are a service for the development of the region, for the development of the companies, to promote the trade and exchanges of people and exchanges of semi-finished or finished products. The Euro-Asiatic cooperation and the cooperation between Italy and Russia is already evidenced in by many initiatives. The Bocconi University, to which I belong, has a joint venture with the High School of Economics in Moscow. The objective of this interaction is to study again the impact of the Euro-Asiatic corridor on the economic. When I was the president of the University in Milan, we've triggered a relationship with the Russian Federation to study the interconnections between underground and railroads and high-speed and long-distance railroads in Moscow. And I know that there's a consortium being launched between Italian and Russian enterprises in Italy for the introduction of LTV high tech or modern technologies. And I believe that the cooperation between Italy and Russia can still be further developed in light of the Euro-Asiatic community. So we're now going to hear from Mrs. Marina Kovtun, the governor of the Murmansk region, one perhaps of the largest or most important port, certainly the largest port north of the Eurasian territory. Now, it is with great pleasure that I'd like to give her the floor.